Good morning. Thank you for attending the League of Oregon Cities and the Oregon Mayors Association City Day at the Capitol Press Conference. My name is Scott Burge. I am the president of the Oregon Mayors Association and the mayor of Scappoose. Joining us today is Forest Grove Mayor Pete Truax, president of the League of Oregon Cities, Beaverton Mayor Denny Doyle, treasurer of the League of Oregon Cities, Yachats Mayor Ron Bream, immediate past president of the League of Oregon Cities, Salem City Councilor Brad Nankey, vice president of the League of Oregon Cities, Redmond Mayor George Endicott, past president of the League of Oregon Cities, Mike McCauley, executive director of the League of Oregon Cities, Scottwinkles, intergovernmental relations associate at the League of Oregon Cities. Today we have more than 175 city officials attending City Hall Day at the Capitol from across Oregon. From 9 o'clock to 11:45 a.m., they'll be briefed on the League's legislative priorities, attending a training on the League and the state's bill tracking software, and learn how to become more involved in both the League and state government. Many of our new members have made appointments with the senators and representatives that share the same constituencies. We have invited members to join us afterwards at a League reception beginning at 4:30 p.m. in the Salem Convention Center. We are looking forward to hearing the legislative leaders and Governor Kate Brown. Let me now introduce Mayor Pete Truax to brief you on the legislative priorities.
Thank you, Scott, for your introduction. Scott and I go back a couple of years, and he also stole our city manager from Forest Grove, who's now city manager Scappoose, but I don't carry a grudge. Today is an important day for both the Oregon Mayors Association and the League. We know that cities are strongest when they speak together as one voice. This event is one of the best ways to demonstrate the commitment to engaging in with our state government about the 2015 League legislative priorities. They are property tax reform, transportation funding, marijuana regulation, and mental health resources, increasing those. I want to thank you for your attention. My colleagues here are ready to take any questions that you might have on these particular issues. And maybe there are some others that you want to talk to us about.
Okay, I'll start. I believe in previous sessions, the League has put forth similar, if not identical, proposals for property tax changes. I think I've covered it in at least in 2 cycles. My memory may be fading, but what makes you think third time is a charm, given that not only do such changes have to clear the legislature, but also go to a statewide ballot?
I think, and I will let the others weigh in on this, introductory comments, we are still seeing a system that is broken. We haven't done anything to fix what has happened to reset at sale, to voter control on local option levies, all of those things that we've been addressing in the past, as you say, 2 cycles, and I think it even goes further back than that. We haven't been able to get to a resolution of this particular issue. I would like to get it out on the ballot so that the voters could once and for all make a decision. If they choose the path that we're currently going down, then so be it. But I think they need the option to be able to do that. Anybody have anything else to?
I think if I may.
This is George Endicott, the mayor of Redmond and past president of the League.
Yeah, and some of this, of course, started when I was president, but I think a brief comment is that we knew this was a multi-session / multi-year endeavor because property taxes in Oregon are so complex that we knew it was an education effort that was going to take a long time to try and clarify what the issues were so that the voters could make an informed decision. Thank you.
Can you summarize your legislative agenda as it relates to marijuana?
Well, you have the handbook, and I'm going to turn that over to Scottwinkles, who's a League staff dealing with the marijuana issues.
Thank you again, Scottwinkles, lobbyist with the League of Oregon Cities. Our agenda is on marijuana is similar to our agenda on most other issues, and that's one of local control. There are some ambiguities. There's some, frankly, drafting errors that were in Measure 91 that impede local control. The cities of Oregon are going to be the ones to face most of the impact and repercussions of legalization. The complaints, concerns from neighbors aren't going to go to the state. They're going to go to your city manager. They're going to go to your police departments, your code enforcement officers. And cities need to have the flexibility to craft local regulations that meet local needs. And there needs to be some recognition that the measure didn't pass everywhere, and that cities will need the ability to clearly prohibit and or ban certain commercial marijuana activities going forward. Additionally, the LRO, the Legislative Revenue Office estimates that I've seen show cities sharing $2 million a year statewide in terms of marijuana revenue, and that seems insufficient to meet the needs that cities are going to face in helping craft a system that works.
One of you mentioned Governor Brown. Do you have a meeting scheduled with her today, or staff, or?
She is. We have invited her to our reception this afternoon at 4:30 over at the convention center, and have an opportunity for her to meet with the various city officials that will be at City Day. We have over 170 officials, I believe, coming in from around the state, representing 70% of the population of Oregonians who live in cities here today. So it'll be a good chance for her to meet with those people that are very close to her constituency.
And I mean, do you know if she's coming? I mean, you said you invited her.
I think she has every intent of being there, but this is a legislative session. Things happen.
How does it feel just generally to have a new governor? I mean, you have all these legislative priorities, and you know, the additional factor is a new governor all of a sudden. Tell me a little bit about that and how that factors in here.
Well, to me, I think it's going to be sort of going to be new territory. We had Governor Kitzhaber, who had been quoted as saying that, for example, property tax reform may not have been as high on his agenda because he had not gotten as far as he wanted to get on that particular issue, and he's going to be looking at other things. I don't know if Governor Brown has that same take. She's coming in with a clean slate, and we want to help her see the light with regard to local control and local options around the state of Oregon.
Speaking of agenda items, one item the league has been working on in partnership with several other organizations for several months is transportation funding. And Governor Brown at her press conference last week, although she didn't endorse any particular specifics at that point, having been in office only about 3 days, did endorse transportation funding as a priority. Given all the complexities of what will be some kind of revenue-raising measure, how optimistic are you that this will be accomplished this session, and without a voter referral?
I think without a voter referral, it probably wouldn't happen. I would think the voters are going to have to weigh in on some of these issues that transportation funding going to require across the state. My feeling is that there are a number of bridges, and we have a few in Washington County, just outside of Forest Grove, that are in dire shape, and we need to address those issues. We don't want to have what happened in Minneapolis or up in Skagit County in the state of Washington on the interstates happen around here, and we get reports all the time that our bridges are in great need of repair or replacement. So a transportation package, I think, is, I would put it as 1 or 1A on the agenda of virtually every legislator here and the governor. But that's just me.
If I may.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Denny Doyle, Mayor of Beaverton.
From Beaverton. I just want to amplify, I think, what all of us are thinking. Transportation needs are terrifically required all over the state. And in doing some research, you'll find that in the last year to 2 years, 17 other states have made significant increases in their gasoline tax. I think average about between 10 and 15 cents. There's 4 other states right now looking at doing the same thing. These are blue states and red states. And people are finally waking up to the fact we have got some severe problems, and it's in the billions in this state. So other states are starting to take action without any repercussions from the voters. They're finding that the re-election rate are almost 95% of those who voted to do the tax increase on gasoline. So I hope our legislators and the governor will take heart from that and have the courage to lead us to making a better infrastructure for everybody.
I think the other thing is we'll be back in Washington, D.C. in about a week or so with the National League of Cities, and we'll be talking with the congressional caucus also about the national transportation issue. So trying to hit that on both points.
That's all I have.
Great.
Thank you.